for another assignment. Okay, so you have cleaned it effectively now. You'll be using it for another assignment. Okay, now let us do the sum of sales. How do we do the sum of sales? Now, how do we total the sales column? I start with equals to sum. Okay, or let's create a nice looking section for it. Okay, let's create a nice looking section for it. So I'm going to be dropping the attendance very soon. All right, I'm going to be dropping the attendance very soon. So let's create it. So sales, total profit, total sales and total profits. So I'll add border. Make this bold. As so total sales and total profits. What is the formula I'm going to make use of? Okay, what is the formula I'm going to make use of? No, we did not apply data validation here. So equals to total sales, sum which column? The sales column, isn't it? So I'll type sum, open brackets, and I'll select my first cell here and highlight all the way down to the last cell. Okay, in my formula bar, do you see what it brings out? It says sum table 1 sales. I'll close the bracket and press enter. Now, the reason why it is not bringing out cell reference again is because I have renamed the table. Okay, or I have converted this range of data to a table. So it is now in table format. Okay, the entire range of data is now in table format. Now, because of that particular reason, that is why you see that, oh, it is not making use of cell reference there again. Just using the table name and then the column name in brackets. You will see something similar in Power BI. Okay, so let's do the same thing for total profits. Equals to sum, open brackets, profit. Highlight it all the way down. Close brackets, press enter. And I have the total amount. Okay? So, no, you don't have to do sum before you convert it to table. It doesn't matter. I still have the correct amount. Okay, so now let us include our currency here. I expand this. And then let's include currency for these two as well. Oh, for these three, actually. How do you highlight very large column? Control Shift. So press your Control Shift key. You are starting from here. Control Shift down. Then you press your arrow key to the right. It will highlight it all the way to the last column. And then your arrow key down to highlight it all the way to the last row. Okay. And with that, you have completed the assignment. You have even surpassed it again. Once again, with techniques that have already been taught in class. Okay? With techniques that have already been taught in class. All right. So, with this now, if I now give you, let's say, what's it called? Yes, you clean before visualization, definitely. If I now give you some questions now, analysis question. Okay, so now, what is the sum of sales by segment? What is the sum of sales by product category? And all of that, okay? You now want to begin to look at pivot table or pivot chart, or look at your sum if, count ifs, and the likes. Okay? But let's just do just one. I've not taught you sum if, so don't let me jump into that. Don't let me jump into that, okay? So we're meant to treat sum if in the next class. So don't let me jump into that, actually. Don't let me jump into that. Okay, so now, looking at this data, okay, if I then ask you that filter the data to show only sales or transactions from Nebraska. Okay? Nebraska is a state. Isn't it? Nebraska is a state. So, I'm going to come here, filter the data. I'm going to search for Nebraska. So, this, and I'll say okay. Wow, only 4, what was it called, from Nebraska. Only 4 transactions from Nebraska. Okay? Only 4. Okay, so let's clear filter from states. Let's see, okay, from another state. Let's say from Arizona. And I say okay. Do you see that? I have more from Arizona, okay? But instead of going through all this, one after the other, there's an easy way by which I can do this, making use of my sum if or count ifs. Okay, but in this time it will be count if, okay, which we would take a look at in the next class. Okay, but so far you can see what we've done. Okay, so finally let us do a bit of playing on this column, the sales and the profit column. Okay, so which state has the highest transaction, has the highest sales amount? Okay, not total sales. Okay, so the highest sale amount on the column is what? So I'll come here and simply say, okay, so let us sort from largest to smallest. So the largest is at the top here, isn't it? So which state is that? Oh, wow, you can see that it's in a different country. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Do you see that? From Meppin in Germany. Okay, which state has the most transactions? So you cannot do that until you know, or you've been taught count if or pivot tables. Okay, so I've not taught you any of that, so I don't want to go into that. You understand? Okay, that's why. Okay, but some things that we can still do, or that we can still find out with what we've been taught in class so far, you can easily do that. Can this consolidation be done simultaneously in a sheet of about 10 to 50, even if they have a common column or just by one column? Yes, so far they have a common column. It can be done. Yes. All right. So, yeah. So if I want to say, okay, so the state with the highest sale, not highest total sale. Okay, assuming I sum it up, it will be different. But highest sale, like for a particular transaction, the highest sale, okay, is Meppin in Germany. Okay, what if I want to see by the highest profits? Okay, so let's check highest profits. Sort from largest to smallest. So by highest profit, do you see? It is which state? Minnesota, USA. Do you see that? Okay. So once again, keep this data. Keep it. So I'm going to save my own. Control S. I'm going to call this. What should I name it as? Cleaned. I would call my own cleaned data. January cohorts. Assignment. Okay, so there is every possibility that I'm going to give you this for another assignment, especially when we look at sum if, count if, and the likes. Okay, where's my desktop? Save. Beautiful. So I have saved my own. Okay, I have saved my own. Is there a way to replace FEF female with F in just one command? In Excel, in native Excel, just like that? No. Okay, no. In Power Query, in Power BI, okay, if you know how to make use of M language, okay, M language, if you know how to make use of that, then yes. If not, no as well, okay? But we won't be touching M language. Please, can you share your Excel file? No. Capital letters, N-O, no. Okay? You see what I mean already? Do you see? Now, you have a recorded class. All right? You have a recorded class. And everything has been documented in the class. Why do you still need me to send the file? Okay, it is not that you have the file that was used to work with. You have the assignment file. Why not do the step, the process, follow the process and clean your own? If I send you this, you don't need to do any process again. And my formulas are no longer in this sheet. I've already copied and pasted only the values. So if it's the formula you're looking for, you won't find them in this sheet again. So this sheet is just the pure cleaned data. So if I send this to you, there's every possibility that some people will not bother practicing that again. If I give an assignment, they'll just use this one to work. Okay? So you can see when you clean your data at the end of the day, see what your total sales should be, see what your total profit should be. So if you clean your data effectively, you should have this. Okay? So once you have this, it means you are good to go. So any assignment I give you, then you move on from there. But if I send this one again, sending it is not the issue. At least the Excel file we've been working with so far, I sent it. Okay? Because we're going to keep on working with those ones. But this one is the data that has been thoroughly cleaned and everything. So why do you want a finished work? Why do you want me to send you a finished work? So I will implore you to practice on your own again. Practice on your own again. Okay? So I'm going to be sharing the form for attendance now. If we have any questions, we can actually start asking our questions now. So I have how many people on the call? 111. Good. And I have 484 responses. So I'm expecting 595 at the end of the day. 595. So if you don't fill your attendance, it means you did not attend the class, or you slept off during the class, or you got distracted or something. Okay? So the form has been sent. Okay, so questions. Let's see. Hilary Ebo, I can see your hand is raised. Do you have a question?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Malik.
Yes, good evening, sir.
I noticed
it is the same form. Just fill your student ID once. You don't need to fill it multiple times, okay? Yeah, I'm
all
with
right.
you.
I noticed that when I did mine, I had, I think, 1,001. And yours is 1,000 that is there. So I don't know what exactly could be the problem.
All right, so in mine, it's also 1,001. If I count it from top to bottom.
Okay,
what do you have
okay, it's fine.
Count is what? Okay. So,
okay, it's fine, no problem.
You're welcome. So, who else do I have there? Bodunde Abe.
Bodunde Abe. Good evening, Samantha.
Abe, sorry about that. Yeah, good evening.
Okay. All right. My question is under the VLOOKUP.
Okay.
I understand the whole process about the VLOOKUP, the formula and everything. But when exactly are we expected to use the VLOOKUP? Because during the assignment, I looked at it after checking the sales and the product sheet. I found out because when you were teaching us in the first time during that first time you were teaching us the VLOOKUP, there was an empty column that was created. So whereby we were now trying to get the values for those columns, whereby we're now able to use the VLOOKUP formula. But under this one, I looked at it, there was no empty column. So that was why I didn't really attempt. I didn't use the VLOOKUP formula at all. So I'm not asking, is it because you want to consolidate the two sheets together? I'm quite so confused about that. The reason for using the VLOOKUP, or when are we expected? Or we see a data, when exactly are we expected to use VLOOKUP formula?
Okay, so I just have one question for you. So from what we've done today, okay, what did we make use of the VLOOKUP to do?
I think you use this when you wanted to consolidate. That's the only thing I can say. When you were trying to match the sheet, when you were trying to match them together.
Okay, beautiful. So, what then can you say about VLOOKUP from what we did? We use VLOOKUP to do what?
Okay, maybe I can say maybe it's used to match sheets together or to match data together.
Okay, beautiful.
If I'm correct.
Yes, you are. Okay, but let me expatiate on that. Now, I have this data here initially, okay, that contain just the product ID. Now, for each record, okay, I need the product name. I didn't have the product name initially, okay, I didn't have the unit price. They were on a different table, okay. This table is my main table for the sales transaction. The other table is just product table that just carries the information of the product, okay. So this is where I have my quantity of items bought. So I need to bring the details of the products to this sheet. Now for this product ID 12628, I need the product name, product category, unit price, unit cost, okay. But it is on this table, product, and I cannot be going through this one looking for 1262 something. It's quite cumbersome for me, okay. But VLOOKUP can easily do that for me without any issues. So when I use VLOOKUP, it will look up for this particular product ID and grab the product name, category, unit price, unit cost, and bring it here. Okay? So it does the same thing for all the product IDs that is given to it. Okay? So in previous class, you had those columns because I was making it easy for you to learn. All right? But in real life approach, you won't have the columns. They won't tell you this is what you should put here. This is what you should put here. So you are the one that know what you want to work with. Isn't it? You want to get the sum of sales. So you know that, okay, you need to bring in your unit price and unit cost into this table in order for you to multiply quantity by price and then get the sales value. Do you understand that now? Do you understand that? You can unmute yourself.
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right, so Oyinlola, kindly unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
I feel this test has 1, 2, 3. I don't know why my system is not showing 1, 2, 3, and even if it shows it, it grays it out. So I'm not able to apply that formula. I'm still seeing my.
I should take it again.
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. So let's say this is the data I want to copy, right? Do you see the way I highlighted the data? And I'll press Ctrl C. Once I press Ctrl C, you see this, what's it called? Stuff moving around the selection. It tells me when my copy function is activated, right? And I'll just come back to the top, this first cell again. I'll right click, and you can see I did not do anything special. I just bring it here and I have it. Okay, so I'll just click this and that's all. And I'll deselect by double clicking outside. Okay, so do you understand that now?
Okay, sir. Sorry, I didn't do Ctrl C. I just highlighted it. I didn't do Ctrl C. Sorry about that. Thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome. Okay, so please explain units cost and unit price. Kenan, are you there? Are you just joining the class? Kenan, can you type? Can you type? Are you just joining the class? No response. Okay. Patricia, I see your hand is raised. You're not just joining the class. Okay, so you didn't get when I explained the unit price and unit cost. Wow. Okay, so unit cost is the cost that it took the company to produce that item. Okay, while unit price is the selling price. Okay, you have not been able to fill the form. Why? Patricia, please unmute yourself and speak. We can't hear you.
Hey,
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, good evening.
Okay, about the assignment, I don't know whether it was my Excel sheet, but the product ID was not on the first sheet, but it was only on the second sheet. So I had problem consolidating them because there was no product ID on the first sheet. So it kept on giving me an a function. So that was the problem I had.
All right, so the Excel sheet did not have product ID.
So I don't know whether it was my Excel sheet or my Excel application that did
simply
that.
download it again and it should
So
work.
that was the problem.
All you have to do, just simply download it again and it should work. All right. Maybe the product ID column got deleted by mistake.
Hello?
So just download it again. Once you download it again, it should work. All right. Yes, you're welcome. So,
the first sheet, yes.
Victor,
Okay.
kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much, Mr. Malik.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to ask question with respect to the consolidation. After cleaning both of my data from the two sheets, I discovered that they all have the same number of rows, which is 1001. So what I did was that I merged them together in one sheet, since they have the same number of rows, and again applied the VLOOKUP function with using both header. So what is the implication with respect to that?
Please, can you come again? Can you come again?
Okay. I said after cleaning my data, that is after cleaning both of them, I discovered that they have the same number of rows, which is 1001, both sheets. So having noticed that, I now merge both of them together, copying product and sales sheet together in one sheet, since they have the same number of column.
That's very wrong. So did you check if the product name you were getting corresponds to the product ID?
No, I use this thing for the VLOOKUP, order ID.
Order ID. So that's very, very wrong.
Okay.
All right. So you've seen the solution now. I guess you can work on that.
Okay. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Anthony Igbinedion.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
And good evening, class. Thank you very much, Mr. Malik. You have been doing a good job. But my question, it might not really be a question. I just want you to help me out, because if I use my phone to listen, and later I will use my laptop. So my challenge is some of those downloads, sending it to my email box, and before I will open it to use, at times I will not be able to. So I don't know. That is one. Secondly, when I try the ifs, the logical segment, the ifs, IFX, I tried it. It's giving me an error. So I don't really know what is happening. One thing I'm using Windows 10, but I don't know whether that is the cause. So I don't know. I just say, let me ask.
Okay. So number one, I'm also using Windows 10. Okay, so that's not the cause.
Okay,
number two, for the video you are downloading and it's not working, okay, I see no reason why it should work, because everyone else is working on theirs. So I have not experienced that before, and I'm not sure why that is happening, okay? What I'll just simply advise is go on YouTube and search for, how to download an item from Google Drive. Okay, you should see a video that you can watch that teaches you how to download an item from Google Drive. So if you're able to download it very well, the video should play, whether it's on your laptop or on your phone. That's number two. Number three, for the question on the ifs, okay? So did you watch the extra resources I sent? I sent another resource on how to make use of logical functions in Excel.
No, sir, I have not watched it.
Okay, so if you watch the class, okay, and you don't understand there again, there are extra resources that I have sent. So you can go through those ones as well. Okay, so ifs function is not something that should be difficult at all. All right?
Yes, because I will do all that. Yes, I have done all those logical statement you treat.
Okay, can we be
You talked about that if. It's only that if that is not working, so I don't know. But I will watch the one you sent so that I will retry it again. Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. So yeah, finally, Oyinlola, you have another question?
Yes, sir. Sorry. So after converting the formula to value, if you want to convert back to formula, so that somebody else will review it.
Everything you can do is just use Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z will just bring the formula back. Okay.
But if I converted the value, if we save it, I want to reopen the document. Can we still convert the same data back to formula?
No, you cannot. You can only take the step you took again from the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Isaac Francis, kindly unmute yourself.
doing, sir? Thank you for the way you teach. My question is that the test to colon, and when you want to do that test to colon, is it like do you need to create like 2 extra column?
Okay, so depending on how many columns it's going to split into, okay, you need to create those columns down for Excel so that it will not overwrite the data you have on other columns. Okay, so if you know that, oh, this text to column will split into 3 columns, create those 3 columns down for it first. If you know it's going to split into 4 columns, create those 4 columns down for it first. If not, it will attempt to override or overwrite the data in the column that precedes it or that comes after it. Okay, so that is the essence of creating new columns.
Thank
All right,
you.
yeah, Emanuela Izunobi. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Manuela. Okay, Bodunde.
Okay, sorry. It's just like a plea. Though you've actually made yourself clear that you are not giving us this corrected work this night.
Yes.
But I just want to appeal that if you can, just for a reference, so that if we are practicing, we'll be able to compare. I personally, or I'm talking about myself, I'm just saying, so that if I'm practicing, I'll be able to compare and see if I'm correct with the one we've done in the class. That's just the essence, nothing more. Nothing more.
Yeah, I think I understand then. So that is one of the reasons why we have the video. Okay, so if I take a step on the video, I take the same step. Okay, and you see my output on the video, and you see your output.
Okay. You're going to send the recorded, right? You're going to send this, right?
The video is going to be recorded. Yes, definitely.
Okay, you will send it. Okay. Then I don't need the Excel sheets directly then. Okay, no problem.
This your first class?
No. I thought you are particular about this one that you're not going to send it. That's why appealing.
Oh no, the videos would always be recorded and sent.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I think, yeah, that was a good use of time. 9:02, right on track. Okay, so I think that's all for tonight. So 598 responses. Wow. So some people might have probably filled more than once. 2 people raise up hand again. You have questions again? Okay. Emanuela Izunobi. So I will just post the attendance again. Okay. I'm just going to post the attendance again. So this is another opportunity to fill now. So Emanuela Izunobi, please, can you be fast, quickly?
Good evening, sir. I joined this class.
I can't hear you.
Directly bring me back to WhatsApp.
Hello, I can't hear you.
I don't usually have time during the. I'm to say that
Chester, Uche, Odege, can you kindly unmute yourself? I've posted the
thank you,
form
Mr.
again.
Malik, for your tactical.
Nobody filled again. Posted the form again. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes,
thank
I
you
can.
for your tactical approach in teaching. I just want to ask, when we have a data to be cleaned, is there, like looking at the columns, is there any approach or is there any column that must come before the other, aside the cells area? We know at least that has to be on the right. Is there any formula that we need to, any process, the column that must come before the other? Like some people started with other IDs, some started with product ID.
No. There's no particular, there's no one clear defined path when it comes to data cleaning. Okay? There's no one clear defined path when it comes to data cleaning. So you can take different paths. The end goal is to make sure that your data is clean and accurate.
All right, thank you. One thing I want to plead, I know you take your time to explain everything step by step, and also the videos are also there. But some of us have a different means or how we understand things.
Can you be fast, sir? Time is 9:05. We need to close the class now.
Okay, thank you. Please, I just want to plead, maybe next time we're having a class, if we finish on time, please look up. Just maybe if it's 5 minutes, just retouch it again. Thank you.
All right. Noted. So, hey, please, attendance again. Wow. Okay, so VLOOKUP again. Wow. The thing about VLOOKUP is, so now I've done VLOOKUP in the last class. I've done VLOOKUP in this class. I've sent resources for VLOOKUP. And why do I feel like you've not watched the video yet? The YouTube video. I don't know why I feel like that. So I've sent resources for the VLOOKUP. I think two different videos on VLOOKUP. I've treated it in class twice. I used 2 different sheets to treat it. I've treated it again today. And you still want me to treat VLOOKUP again next week or next class after when we are done? Are we going to be treating VLOOKUP every time? Okay. But you can just go through the video, okay? Or you check through the what's it called? Resources that I sent as well. Okay. So can we review the ifs? We've treated ifs we treated ifs twice that particular day. And I've sent extra resources. All right. 9:07, 3 minutes more. Hilary Ebo, you have something?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I just wanted to ask, are we going to be looking at other lookups like HLOOKUP and the rest of them?
All right, so HLOOKUP is simply horizontal lookup. Hardly will you have data in that format, but if you do, it's the same process. Okay, it's the same thing. Have you tried using have you seen the HLOOKUP formula? Does it look like there's anything different? The only thing different is that the column index, the column index row, this time around we ask you row index, the column index number. This time around we'll be saying row index number. That's the only thing different. And once you put the number there, you're good to go. Okay?
Yes.
Therefore, XLOOKUP is just available on, Microsoft 365, or if you have Microsoft 2021 or 2023. Okay, so that's XLOOKUP. So whatever your VLOOKUP can do, your XLOOKUP can do. Not that the XLOOKUP might make it easy, but I don't want to say anything about XLOOKUP because there are so many people here that won't have XLOOKUP. If I say type XLOOKUP on your Excel, only probably about 10 people out of a class of 100 plus might have it. Okay, so I don't want to say anything about that so as not to cause disruption in the class. Okay, so I teach you VLOOKUP that can do the work as well. All right, so the fact that I've answered the question on when we are expected to use VLOOKUP, and I still have someone asking that question again on when are we expected to use VLOOKUP. All right, so thank you very much, everyone, for joining tonight's call. I hope everyone has filled the attendance. So, what you got from tonight's class? So finally, what you appreciated about tonight's class, what you understood, okay? Or really, what you actually appreciated about tonight's class, okay? So drop it on the WhatsApp group chat, okay? You are in class but unable to fill attendance. What's your student ID?